going on, just ordinary friends and fam? I'm super pumped that I found a new strategy that I'm using. The Root Riders one was so OP. I was loving it in Legend League, but like I said in the past videos, I've been running that for like literally 8, 9, 10 months now. So I'm super excited that I learned a new attack. Um, I'm playing catch up in Legend League because, as you know, you take a new attack in, it takes a couple days to like fit it in and make sure that it's working and find all the details. But I'm on the train. I'm on the train for that RC charge and the drags. It's working. So I'm gonna go through what I thought a couple of my war attacks and my plans for. Okay, so this match we matched Team Winter, which is a extremely strong Netherlands clan. They do have a couple losses in their war log. One is the War Bureau, which I wish we gave him a red line in here too, but. And then the other one was Terminator, and that was about half a year ago. So, yeah, I mean, great clan. Champs won. They finished fourth in their league. I'm not sure who was in their league, but yeah, just a very good clan. Right now they're 40 for 50, so super OP. I mean, I don't know. That's one thing that I've noticed is like every person that we match, whether it's CWL, regular wars, it's just chaos. I mean, they are gunning for us. I mean, people were buying base packs against us in CWL. When wars come around, people just they try so much harder when it's just Ordinary's name, which is fun. It provides a little bit more competition, but it does suck because we're trying to build our win streak up, guys. We are at a 52 win streak right now, and obviously, like, there's 800 ties in our war log recently, so we're trying to add more green lines, and I don't think that's going to happen with 45 and 50v wars. So more to come on that, but you got to do what's best for the clan, right? So anyway, we're going to go through these attacks real fast. So here we go. I was a little late to the ball game today for this war. I had work. It is what it is. But I'm going to go through a little bit how I plan these attacks and what I can do. I will say I'm not perfect on it yet. I'm still trying to line up the Queen's arrow when it comes to like cross map with that. But we're going to kind of walk through and give you a little tutorial. So you start, actually we're going to stop right here. Okay, so Grand Champion. We have the boots and the spear. There's a couple different variations of this. The other one is like the boots with the haste. We like the boots with the spear because it's so much easier to predict where he's gonna be, or where the Grand Champion's gonna be, he, she, when we activate that ability. So, case in point, if we were to activate it right here, it's gonna be able to target all of these defenses around without even having to move, really. I don't know the exact range on it, but it would be very, very, very small difference in where we're gonna activate that invisibility spell, okay? So, and then we also have the Phoenix on the Grand Champ, and we're using the recall variation of this, okay? So the recall spell, we're going to pick up that Grand Champ as soon as it's about to die, and then recall it, and then we send it with the main army as it goes through the rest of the base. Or we'll put it on the back end, depending on what, like if there's an air defense set up on the back end, or if there's just the single mono on the back end, because the mono will take out the Grand Champ like that, but between the Phoenix and the Grand Champ, like while it's in that little like limbo phase, it's going to take out that mono. So very similar strat along those lines. I've got the Warden with the Owl with the healing tome, the healing and the invincibility tome, and then I've got the Queen with the healers and the giant arrow that goes across base, and then this is a huge success on this. Do the minion prints now. I originally started this attack with a couple different variations. One was with the Stone Slammer going in with the drags, and then the other one was with the King. And the thing that I noticed with that combination was I had about 75% more time fails. And that could just be, a novice rookie mistake on my end on like where to place my 2 archers and my 1 baby dragon for cleanup. But I truly believe ever since I started using siege barracks, and then in the siege barracks I've got 4 super minions, 1 loon, 1 goblin, and 1 archer. Okay, now this is OP. I highly recommend this because sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to adapt to different like armies. I tried doing like mass drags in Town Hall 16 with the blimp clone over the core and with the loons, and I couldn't adapt. I lived in it for a week and I couldn't get it. So this attack strategy was super easy to accommodate, and super easy to learn from. So, okay, so we're gonna keep on going with this raid. So as you can see, that Grand Champion, as it goes through the space, is gonna step outside of that invisibility spell. And one thing that I'm trying to get better on is the timing and where to place these invisibility spells to lead that Grand Champ into the core there. Now, obviously, like I said, I'm not a pro. I'm still learning all this. But once I got the Grand Champ into the core, I'm gonna do the ability because I know it's not going to move and it's going to take out all these major defenses. And then also, look what it does. Creates a nice L shape to the base. That's what we like. That's the key, right? Then I'm going to recall that right in the core there. Unfortunately, I didn't pull more CC. I usually like to pull the bulk of a CC at the beginning just because, like, if it's a ton of archers or witches, then it'll take the time to go across, right? So with that Queen's ability, yes, I just missed that sweeper there. It was like 2 tiles off. Like I said, I'm really trying to learn that. I haven't gotten the ruler out with the rest of my attacks yet, but from there, as you can see, I have one super wall breaker that I used to take out that single target inferno, and then the queen's actually going to go down this side and take out all that scrap while the rest of the troops go down the core. I created a good funnel with the siege barracks in the corner, and then those 4 super minions and the loon, and then the goblin and the archer that are in there. They're just hopefully there's no defenses around and they'll do their bulk and take out stuff as they go. Then from there, I've got a really good funnel here. I sent in the Royal Champ on this far side just to take out a couple of those defenses. There was both the air defenses were on that backside. Unfortunately, yeah, that sweeper was really taking a toll, and then the town hall was using that ability on, or the like the Eagle Artillery merge portion of that was taking that those dragons out. But like I said, this attack is so overpowered, and using that minion prince, if you can time and see, one thing I struggle with is like seeing where the minion prince is in the mass dragons. But if you can pinpoint where that minion prince is, and then use that ability to like take out as many defenses as possible, or at least slow them down, stop them, it's just, I mean, it's game over. I gotta tell you, it really is. I've been doing a ton of different attacks on a ton of different bases, friendly challenges, etc., everything, and it's really hard to fail this, guys. It's really hard to fail, which explains why there's so much frustration in Legend League right now. You know what that means? There's going to be a nerf, so I hope you learn this and take advantage of it before the nerf comes, because it's going to happen whenever you get a community like this. And an attack strategy like this, it comes, and it is what it is. It's part of the game, right? So I'm doing the same thing here again. Like I'm trying to dive my Grand Champ into the core here. Like I said, I haven't really developed my technique and capabilities to get that Grand Champ and put in Visi spells in the middle of all that, so that way it'll dive deeper. I'm still working on that. I've only been using the strategy for 2 days, and then from here I'm using like the ability to get that Grand Champ to funnel out a few extra things and create as much of an L or U shape as possible. I recalled that as soon as I got into the core there. So right here I'm thinking, okay, that did not go how I wanted. I wanted to take out a lot more than what I did. The goal was to actually take out that mono and these 2 builder huts. Didn't work, but I am pretty excited about that arrow, that giant arrow. The only thing I missed was like this sweeper, but fortunately that sweeper's not facing in the direction of the drags. So like I say, I sent in the rest of the kill squad, those drags straight over the core. Pay attention to where that minion prince is. As you can see, it's right there. I use the warden's ability. You don't want to really use the warden's ability and the minion prince at the same time. Like worst case scenario, I don't know, something locks in, but yeah, you typically want to wait because if you offset those, like you're not going to get any damage done while the invincibility tome is activated over all those drags, right? So there's no need to slow down all those defenses during that meantime. So I waited until the invincibility tome was done, and then I used that minion prince's ability to freeze and stall all those defenses. One thing I'm happy about on this raid is how this queen was able to stay alive and take out as much as possible around the outside of that this base here. Okay, that the air defense there was taking a toll and killed a ton of my troops, a ton of those drags and the extra troops that were going over the core there, the air troops that I had. If that dragon didn't take out that expo right there, it might have been a time fail, but I don't think so, just because I mean, there's so much left, right? I think I still had 30 seconds left when this attack finished. And it was just so OP. I mean, literally, even though there's only like 2 drags in that there, with that big of a mess up on my Grand Champ block, that shouldn't have been a triple. I'll admit it. Like, but this strategy is just so awesome. All right, now here is another raid, a little bit better of a Grand Champ charge in this. I will put the army link in the bio of this video so you guys can copy it and use it. I hope that you guys are able to take this video and get a good experience on it. So right here, that was a case in point. I'm going to slow it down real fast. During that time frame, I was able to slow down where that RC was going, and I knew that because of the distance of that rocket spear, it was going to take out that mono. One of the biggest things that hurts the Grand Champ and the drags when you go through this raid is that mono. So if you can take it out with the Grand Champ charge with those invisibility spells and that rocket spear to dive into the core to get that mono, it's perfect, right? And then right here again, I'm still working on the invisi spells. Luckily, the Grand Champ went back up and was able to take out that spitter just with the aura of the Sparky Boots. And then from there, I typically send like an archer on the backhand side to clean up because there's usually like 2 or 3 buildings that are outside of the actual area that the defenses can attack. So, and then again, right there, I missed I was aiming for that air sweeper and I missed it just by like 1 or 2 tiles. I really got to nail that down, bring a ruler out for the serious ones. And then, like I said, I sent in that RC right back into that corner with the intention of taking out these defenses along the side, and then also that air defense, and then hopefully that expo and multi-archer tower, but it only got a little bit further into there, and it was able to take out the skeleton traps with that Sparky Boots, and then just about took out that multi-archer tower. I did have to freeze that air defense because it was really doing a number to my drags, and then I used the Minion Prince ability straight over. I got the Town Hall, multi-archer towers, and all those Teslas, another multi-archer tower up at the top. That sweeper was still doing pretty good damage to us over the core there. Now, if you're looking at this right now, you're thinking, oh man, it's going to be close because it's got a single target Inferno and the air defense and the Queen there defending, right? So yeah, you're right. It should have been, really close. I don't know if I should have gotten this triple, but this strategy is just so overpowered. These dragons, they tank. You have 15 dragons going into this, 14, 15, 16 dragons going into this raid, and you can almost use those as like Coco Loons. I mean, there's attracting the Seeking Air Mines. Even if all the Seeking Air Mines go off, you still have like 7 drags left over, or whatever the number is. And then Super Minions coming in there. Super Minions I found is the best CC for this strategy. You want to keep everything on air so you don't activate all the different ground traps, air traps. You don't want to be fighting more possibilities of failure than needed. Eliminate the elements of like failure so that way you can just succeed. So that's my experience within the first couple days of using this army. And when it comes to Legend League, I got plus 300 today, which was a lot better than yesterday. I don't even want to scroll down that far. And you can see right here, my fail was 32, and then that OA Mr. Max, that was a really good base. Then I only got plus 25 on it. My RC walked the wrong way, so I was able to try to recover as much as possible. But yeah, this army is very good. Like I said, I'm going to put it in the description of this video. I think you guys will enjoy it. I think it's easy to adapt to, and I hope you guys can really get like the exposure before the nerf happens, because it's OP. You can use it in, essentially with any equipment levels right now. Obviously the higher equipment the better, but highly recommend it. My push is back on. The first couple days kind of struggled a little bit just because I was learning this method, but I'm ready to roll. So see you at the top of the leaderboard soon. Take it easy. Hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll see you on the next one.